past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They come out here in the I. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Here's the offense, and we talk about the tight end, Jacob Tammett.
A lot of people thought of him as simply a safety valve receiver. He can be a primary receiver. Jacob Tammett shows better athleticism than what people expect.
Now Ryan on second down. He completes it to Julio Jones. Charles, you think Matt Ryan and Julio Jones are having any fun together this year?
I mean, they're not just snickering together, right? They're laughing.
And now a first down following that long gain. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On first down, Ryan. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dante Fowler. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Second down, Freeman. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. And we take you through the starting defense for Jacksonville.
Telvin Smith is a college safety who's transitioned very well to outside linebacker in the NFL. He runs down most plays.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. Third and long, it's Ryan. Finding Gabriel complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Well, against Tampa Bay, Freeman didn't have the other side of his dynamic duo. Tevin Coleman out with a hamstring injury, but 17 carries, 77 yards for Freeman.
And over the course of a season, you miss your second guy, right? You miss your partner, but in the short term, you try and make hay, and that's exactly what Devontae Freeman did. The primary ball carrier, he showed his chops.
To throw is Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On second down, here's Ryan. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Dante Fowler in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
This now, play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. He's got time, and he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now 4th down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And the kick for the 41-year-old is up and good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So the D-line's going to spread out. Bortles now on 1st down. And his first pass is incomplete. The tight end, Julius Thomas, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Now look at the starting unit, and here's to you, Mr. Robinson.
Oh, I like that one. Allen Robinson, I loved coming out of Penn State. Everyone kept telling me he's not fast enough, and I kept pointing to the film and saying yes, but he catches everything. He's definitely a threat.
Throwing now is Bortles. His throw incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down. Okay, Charles, defensive starter time for the Atlanta Falcons.
And let's spotlight Keanu Neal, the safety out of Florida. So big, so athletic. Many thought they might make him an outside linebacker, but I think they're going to use him as a hybrid. Outside linebacker, strong safety, kind of in the Cam Chancellor mode in Seattle.
And able to find Green. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Black 58, Ryan. Black 58, Ryan. Black 58, Ryan. 10, under 10, 10. Ace, ace.
Another run. This time, it's Ivory. And he's brought down. Ivory was pretty good against KC, over 100 yards, but did have a critical second-half fumble down near the goal line.
You always like to say, take the good with the bad. But you hate it when the bad outweighs the good. And Chris Ivory played pretty darn well against the Chiefs, but that fumble was so critical and really prevented them from having a chance to win the game.
To the ground on first down. Again, Ivory trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll go down at the 28.
And coming into this 2016 season, there was so much optimism about the Jacksonville Jaguars because of their receivers. Allen Robinson, Allen Hurns, and the damage they could do downfield. And it hasn't been quite the same. But Allen Robinson played well against the Chiefs with 76 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, got in the end zone, the former Penn State Nittany Lion in his 3rd year in the league. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Here's Bortles to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They come out here in the eye. From midfield now, here's Ryan. He's going to let this one go. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. 50 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. He finds Robinson. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Ivory again. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. Now Bortles. And he finds Julius Thomas. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out here in the eye. On 1st down, this is Ivory. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Again, they run. Again, it's Ivory. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Bortles going to try and throw on 3rd down. It's caught right side. It turns. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st down, Bortles completes it to Lee. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 14 there. And it's good enough for a Jacksonville first. Bortles now on 1st down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off the drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Myers able to knock it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
Here's Eric Weems now on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39. 58, Royal.
Bortles to throw on second down. Going for the deep ball. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Throwing his Bortles on third down. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here's Brad Nortman now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Second down, 8. They'll come out in the pistol. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On 3rd down, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, where the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Room here to run. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big third down play there for the Jags. 53 yards on the ground.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Second down following the run. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Black 58 run. Here we go now. Blue 45.
On second down, Ivory. And he's brought down. A nice pickup of 14.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll try to run with Ivory. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
So they're on the 5-yard line here, 2nd down and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now, 3rd and goal.
Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching closer and really knocking on the door now. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Bortles. Deep drop. Now he'll escape to his left. He may try and run for this. Give him 2 yards on that play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They'll run for it with Robinson. And they'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Denard Robinson taking it in. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. 4th and goal, Charles. All the time you see those offenses, especially the quarterback, the running back, looking over the sideline saying, don't send the kicker out. There they did it, and it paid off.
That's really nice to see what they wanted actually done. And how about the coaches getting their faith rewarded by a touchdown?
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards. They come out here in the eye. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Malik Jackson there to make the stop. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Ten yards still left on second down. Defense showing blitz. Now Ryan on second down. And he slings one that's incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Muscles him off. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. The drive begins with a run by Ivory. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. It's caught right side. It turns. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
They should put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Even score late in the fourth. Let's see if the defense can play within themselves, not give up the big play and contain, and keep this knotted up.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the offense can string something together, but they'll need to do it quickly here to try to get points on the board and win this game. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Caught out left side by Robinson. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Now 3rd down, less than a yard.
Green, 39. Green, left.
And Bortles going to sneak it. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Carry number 10 now for Ivory. They find some open field here. And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw, Bortles. This will be caught at about the 3. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Rashad Green, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. And it's up and good. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually.
And got his man complete. A big play there. Ryan to Jones. 44 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
He'll look to throw. It's caught left side. Tammy. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. To throw. That's caught at the 1. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time,
And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They come out here in the eye. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a very good return at all as he won't even get this back to the 15. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll give it up to Ivory. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
8 yards to go here on second down. They come up in an offset eye. First throw of overtime for Bortles. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Ready.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Here we go. Blue for
The Jags do snap it. It's Bortles. And Robinson with a big catch. Give him 18 yards on that one. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. And a sigh of relief on that sideline right now, because that was a tricky call to go for it here in OT, but they got it.
I think it tells us about the mindset of them, though. They decided that they had to go ahead and win the game right now. Didn't want to turn the ball over, give them any other opportunities. One time, one shot, keep the ball, and they went for it and got it.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Just 2 yards to go here on 2nd down for the offense.
4 down, check, 4 down. Here we go, Z. Ace, so. He's checking through.
They give it to Ivory. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
And that run was what a lot of people called explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think of run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Here's Bortles to throw. They set up the screen to Ivory. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there on the screen that time. The Falcons going to use another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And this seemingly endless drive continues. On second down, here's Bortles. It's caught right side. It's Hearns. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. So still in search of the first down after that last completion. Bortles will keep it. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Yeldon, the lone running back. Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay. Throwing is Bortles. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner. And usually he's able to use his body and catch the football. But a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Bortles to throw on second down. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. An extra DB defensively here. Big stop needed on 3rd and goal.
He may be a blitzer.
Bortles now on 3rd and goal. And that's incomplete.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And that changes everything here in OT. So a letdown there. I mean, you figure for a kicker, these are ideal conditions.
Yeah, partner. I mean, this is a relative chip shot. You're in the center of the field. No real wind to speak of.
None.
And this is just a miss hit. Cost them 3 points.
First throw in overtime now for Ryan. He sets to fire deep. And that time almost intercepted. That would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, second down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Second down now after the incompletion. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. One receiver left, two to the right. And they're going to go soft on the corners. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. Third and long. It's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Here's Matt Bosher now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. He'll take it at the 42. Oh, he slipped right by him. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Gotta be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field.
Oh, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And that's caught inside the 35. They'll get 32 yards there. And it'll be first down Atlanta. First down, Ryan. It's caught left side, Tammy. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to...
And he is in for the score! And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys in the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they